How do you create brands and market them effectively when you have all this in mind? Let's use an example from my teen years. Who had this necklace from Tiffany? 8th grade, cafeteria. Okay, it's $110. Major brand departure for Tiffany, a luxury brand. They were selling $110 necklaces. This is a relaunch of the Return to Tiffany line, which was from the 1950s, but then they said, let's make a low price point. We'll expand our market. We're gonna sell so much jewelry. We're gonna try mass market. We're luxury, but we're gonna do mass market also. It'll work. And they had the bracelets and the necklaces, and every teenage girl had them. They became a huge fad. And sales skyrocketed. So shareholders were happy, investors cheered. All these girls were in Tiffany's hushed stores clamoring for this bauble. Their mom took them, I'm gonna get you the Tiffany bean, the silver necklace. But what happened? Nothing good. You're killing your brand with this inconsistency. They're about exclusivity and luxury, but they have a mass market product that's becoming a complete fad in roughly 2001. Lower price products also led to increased competition from other jewelry brands, which further eroded Tiffany because they don't really compete, but they were. So you remember Lizzie McGuire? Like everyone had this necklace. I thought this quote from the New York Times in 2001 was just pretty telling. So Carolyn, a New York mom, went to buy her 12-year-old one of these Tiffany chain necklaces. She said, there was nobody in the diamond section. Everyone was in silver jewelry. I felt like I was in a Macy's. What? You're in a Macy's? You should never be confused when you're in Tiffany. So it was a major issue. And you know, the CEO, Michael Kowalski, actually said, the large number of silver customers did represent a fundamental threat, not just to the business, but to the core franchise of our brand. They knew this was a major misstep, but it was hard because it was making so much money for a while. January 3rd, 2000, Tiffany stock opens at $44.50. Exactly 3 years later, it's a 45% decrease. In 2002, they knew this, they had to kill the golden goose. Like, okay, we gotta stop with the cheap necklaces here. So they raised the prices on it. They renovated their stores. They started focusing on spectacular gems like a $2.5 million pink diamond ring. And slowly they were able to get the brand back on track, but it took time, and this was a big hit. You have to remember that brands are like people. What happens when somebody's inconsistent? What if you're in a relationship with somebody who's really nice to you, and then they're love bombing you, and then a week later, they're ghosting you? It's very inconsistent. You can't trust them. You don't feel safe. Some people find that exciting, but that's a toxic relationship. You don't trust someone who shows up inconsistently. It's that simple. So your brand needs to stay in your lane. And it sounds boring, I only get one lane. Just stay in it. Like you could do great things in that one lane. People establish trust when they perceive consistency between your brand's actions and claimed values. Just like if somebody says, I have high integrity and you can trust me in business, they have to actually show up that way in order for it to be true and for you to think that that's authentic. So, brand's inconsistency suggests a lack of sincerity, lack of authenticity. These are anathema to your sales, to the durability of your brand.